see me. Slid through all the commotion, it's breaking news, they got an ad on TV. Popping out on them, I'm politicking, probably in a section where you not all go, ain't no stopping it. So purse disgusting with they thought I was done, but all I see me. Still thugging like the days.
22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Colts and the Raiders, and it's coming up next.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Indianapolis Colts. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Two teams each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. Tyreek Hill set to return it. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. First down and a little extra from Mostert. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
2nd and 2. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now he's got it. Touchdown. John Ross, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week: 18 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
3rd and 2, now Ryan.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They go play action now. Ryan. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Ryan.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say, when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Fields. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Back to throw. Fields.
He finds Ross. Right side, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And he's got this down to the 35.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Now look, that to the top security.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Flushed out right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 17-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Mostert.
Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
To throw is Fields.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
Malik McDowell forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They complete it to Hill. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back.
And the Raiders have got him. And Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Fielded at about the 28. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 3rd down, Ryan going for the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Hill on the return. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Colts pick it up, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, there's the...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal, his first touchdown on the year. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead is down to a field goal. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone, and only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive as they'll take over with just under a minute left to play. And going deep for Hill. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Most human nature, isn't it? They score on one play.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
A successful one. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
My high school coach John Ford used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie? He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Colts are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. From the 38, Ryan. And his throw is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Watch out for Hill on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a that. Well, he's done it. No, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Flush to his right. And he coughed it up. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's for a safety partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be second down.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Throwing on second and long. Fields.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we send you to Orlando to check.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3.
And the half will begin with a touchback. Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And you know what I think the defense is saying back to them? Why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Into the secondary, past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Going to run again here with Pollard.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
That's our ball, baby. Going the other way.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28th. And Oliver able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
But when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And Boswell's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Draw play, ETN. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st down, it's Fields. And he will find his man Ruggs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Mostert hit, and he drops the ball. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the 3rd quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Pollard again. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Here's Ryan to throw. And that will be incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm was just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 56 yards rushing for him now to this point. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Fields. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
They hand it off to Mostert. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And not much running room. Down to the 32. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot, so what can they do to get closer now on third down? Now it's Fields. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's fourth down.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. 49-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So Matt Ryan of the offense, down 13-10, a little under 2.5 to go. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Personal foul. This is roughing the tackle. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. Now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
That's complete to Mooney. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
That's into the hands of Pascal. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now Ryan. They'll find Everett there, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Throwing now is Ryan. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that will make this a 4-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
2nd and 16.
He's back to throw.
Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with 3rd down coming up.
He'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of